Hey folks, how's it going? Welcome to Practically Programming. Going to take a look at some Go programming again today, looking at the Go Git release CLI tool that I'm working on, trying to automate some project builds and releases. But I want to take the opportunity here at the top of the show to just remind everybody what I'm doing this for. I've been in tech for about 20 years, and I just want to make clear that everybody's still working, everybody's still learning, and working on themselves, and it's not perfect out there. You might see all these people with great presentations and doing incredible difficult things, but behind the scenes they're still struggling and looking at the docs and running some code and trying to figure out why the heck it failed and where that missing semicolon went. So yeah, about 20 years in, I do that every day. And for anybody, whether you're in for a year or 10 years or 20 years, don't feel bad if you're the same way, because we're all like that, just still learning and still working and getting to it. So with that said, let's get in some programming here. Don't remember where I left off. It's been a week and change since this last stream, but I think we're getting to the point where we've got everything working except for parsing the releases. I think that's what we were looking at last. We're getting the release list back. I think we successfully created a release, so let's go ahead and try and run it and just see what happens. First, we'll go ahead and let's go ahead and move over to the browser window here, and I'll pick up the sample project, this Go Hello World project that I've been using to test the builds with. And we've got two releases, debug release, or sorry, one release. No, two releases. Let's go ahead and get rid of these though. There's no reason for us to hang on to those for right now. I'm gonna delete the tags, and we're gonna run through and try this again. So I think the tags are just automatic releases, just because there's a tag. But then we're going to go ahead and create some real releases. So let's double check that this is working. I'm going to say we're going to create tag vo.1 from this slightly past commit, and we're going to set it to force, which should stop from prompting. Let me switch back over. Should stop us from prompting, and we'll see if how far we get. So, cloning into the directory, we're going to add a tag message. We should go ahead and add a tag message to the command line, because we're going to be running that a lot. Pushes the tag to the remote. I think that's working fine. It does a build. It's prompting us for some auth. I think we fixed the auth last time. So we should be able to put this code into a device activation. Authorize this device. And in a second, it should just pop up. Okay, so failed device authorization. That's new. It's new. What did I break last time? It was working, I swear. Failed device auth is initialization 404 not found. Interesting. Alright. We're going to say tag message. Feels like this is how I start off each episode. Trying to figure out what it is I broke since the last time. Which I think is pretty freaking accurate. So let's try this again, just make sure that wasn't something transient. Alright, authorize a device. Same thing, okay. So I think we've already gotten to creating a release, so there's something else going on. It's that we've done device authorization earlier, so let's go to creating the release, and we will check and see where that's failing. So starting from the run.go, here in this function here at the bottom, func run. You see we parse the get URL, we create a temporary directory, we clone the repository, do a little bit of validation, that can be fleshed out some. Actually, I'm going to add that note here. We parse the tag from the string that's provided by the end user. This is the bit that we're skipping. If the tag already exists, we're going to overwrite it or not, or sorry, use the existing tag or not, confirming there, but we're using force to override that. Otherwise, if the tag is nil, we check out the commit, create the tag. We've done that. You see that skipped this step here, but we did it earlier. Yeah, so we created the tag last time, but no need to create it again because it already existed since we were using it. Building the artifacts, we get to that point. Yep. We test the artifact. We run through authorizing the device, which we are able to do. We put in the one-time code. We definitely already authorized because we get to the getting existing releases here. And then we get the releases, checking if the release already exists. So we were able to get releases. We started creating the release here, and I think that's where it failed. Failed creating release, failed auth and initiation 404. So within this function here, we have the releases URL that we're using. Perhaps that's no, that should be all right. Add parameters. New post request. So we could be getting an error back from any of these because we just bubble those up. So let's see if we can find where that's happening. Let's add some printing. We'll just print it. Ah, can't type today. And after the new post request, we'll actually make the request. I don't believe we're making it here. All right, so let's see what happens. All right, I'm gonna get authorization code once again. Activation code, I'm sorry. I need to actually store that so it stops prompting each time. But this is a good way to test the flow for right now while I'm developing. So we got some debug messages. Returned successfully from new post request, but then we got the error right after that. So let's go ahead and add some print lines here. So what's happening is we're failing here and then making the HTTP request. So we'll check this out. And clearly that's where it's coming from. The status code is 404, so we're posting to the wrong thing, I think. So let's real quick. We're gonna print the request. Make sure we see what we're actually printing. I lost it. Where were we? Here we go. What? Something is jumping around here. The browser or the editor. We'll just do some searching. How about that? There it is. I don't know why that was jumping around that way. All right, let's try some more debugging. Run this again. Alright, we're gonna have to go ahead and delete some of these tokens here. Real quick. Alright. So I'm going to check this out a little bit off screen here. Let's check out the applies. Bear with me here. Hey Jetboy, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, so it looks like this is where we're trying to post to. This is what we're getting the 404 from, so we'll go ahead and remove this here. Let's see why this isn't working. So according to the GitHub docs, let's verify that we got the right URL. Alright, so we should be posting to repos owner repo releases. Are we doing that? Repos owner repo releases, yeah. So that's correct. I wonder why we're getting a 404 error from that. Let's see, we're gonna get print see what the response is, if anything. Probably nothing. We'll give it a shot and see. Hey, Dr. Phineas, how's it going? Hope you're doing well today. Thanks for stopping by. I'm going to remove that as well. You doing all right? Good. I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear it. I transition over to the browser window for a second so I can reread this response. Stretch it out. All right. So we're getting a 404 not found. Yeah. What else? Nothing useful, I don't think. Why are we getting a 404 not found? That's odd. Failed device auth initiation. So that's probably the key, right? Failed device auth initiation. All right. Transition back over. So we're definitely failing something here. We should have an authorized device though already, so we shouldn't be attempting to post back to that URL. So we must be doing something wrong here. So we want to create a release with the auth response, the get URL. That's the correct URL, right? Yeah, that's what we were getting in the post. Let's go back to create release. Oops. Yeah, we've got the token. I guess we should just double check on the spelling, huh? Did we do anything wrong here? api.github.com/repos releases. There's a new post request, so yeah, we're posting. Parameters, headers, yeah, that should all be fine. Let's go back to the create. So we have accept already set. Owner is in the path, repo is in the path, tag name is being passed. Name, body, draft, pre-release. The authorization should just be fine. Do we need to... I wonder if we need to pass these parameters into the params. We'll try that. Try that as well. Easy enough. Add owner. And this doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but we'll see. All right, let's see what happens, huh? Same thing, failed device auth initiation. Let's do some Googling. Yeah, I think that's the second auth isn't being done correctly. Let's see what the answer is here. First used to authenticate the call to GitHub got called once. Second call to GitHub API was missing token string and headers. So they had authorization, GitHub token, but they needed token plus GitHub token. What does that mean? Alright, so let's read some more about some authentication. We're missing something. Getting authenticated once and then not after that, so let's see. trying to do? Where's our device off? There we go. Alright, we have the app that requests the device and user verification codes and gets the authorization URL where the user will enter the verification code. The app prompts the user to enter the verification code. The app polls for the authentication status. And then once the device has authorized the user has authorized the device, the app will be able to make API calls with a new access token, which I believe we're passing in, right? Which is what we have here. We had the headers authorization, auth type token. Sorry, token type auth is the access token. Which is correct. I believe that's correct. So yeah, I don't think we need this. Something about this is incorrect. So let's see, we got authorization elsewhere as well. Oh, no. That's the only place we're using that token so far. So it doesn't like that for whatever reason. So back to the docs. Clearly we're doing something wrong. Alright, so we get back the token. Right? Bear. And then the access token. That's what we need to provide for any requests. So maybe we're missing something about that. There we go. Authenticating using query parameters. Yes, okay, they're deprecating use of access token in the query parameter, which is fine. Alright, so I think that makes just fine. Let's personal start. Perfect sense. Let's read through this basic authentication. think that's right. Authorization, token, bearer, token name. I think that's all right. We must not be passing that header in correctly, or it might not be getting into this here. Alright, so we're giving it headers. I think we've got the key value pair. Alright, so I'm going to run this again. Just in the background, I'm going to add some debug. Let's see, KV. All right, and just because this is going to contain some sensitive info, we're going to go ahead and apparently I've left the browser up anyway, so we'll just leave the browser up so you don't see that and run it again. Okay, I think I see what the problem is. No, that's not true. That's not true. That should be fine. So this is the key value, and then the token was here. So I think that's being parsed correctly. That would be the key, comma, the value in the way that I was printing it up here. So I think that's being done like this, which might be correct the way that GitHub is expecting it. Let's see, they say, I might have a colon where I shouldn't have a colon. I don't need a colon at the end of token. Well, how about that? All comes down to a rogue colon, huh? Hopefully. We'll keep our fingers crossed anyhow. Yep, that's exactly right. So this, I'm adding a colon there when I think that should just be token and then the token type and then the token. So with a space, as we see here. Token type, bearer token, and the token. So let's try that. We'll see what happens. Let me make sure I'm not printing anything. I'll leave this up for just a second, try it again. Make sure I'm not printing anything sensitive. Still pending. Slowed down. Well, same thing it looks like. Got the same output. Because I'm authorized with the wrong thing? Oh, excuse me. Perhaps, maybe. I'm trying to work with this organization. I don't think I'm printing anything. Yeah, nothing special there. Let's try it again. Yeah, this is go get release, asking to be authorized for my whole account. Yep, it's failing. So something is definitely failing. Let's see. Alright, let's try this one more time. Then we might have to dig in a little further. We're pulling for an access token, so we're going to get the access token back. Authorized it. I wonder if the scope is bad. Let me see. What's the deal with the scope? I think... Okay, let's see. OAuth scope. Alright, available scopes are no scopes. Repo scopes. Repo status, repo deployment. Let's see what this is all about. Releases, right? Tags and releases. Yeah, so I guess we're going to need repo full repo probably. We definitely don't need admin or admin, none of the admin stuff. Nothing to gists, no notifications, no user. Certainly no deletes. Yeah, so it's just repo scope. What are we actually requesting? Maybe we're using the wrong scope. Let's see. That could be something that I could see myself doing. Creating a token and not asking for the right scope. Alright, so we're asking for this scope. Nothing. Nothing. Why are we asking for no scope? 360 no scope. No help. No help. Fail. Alright, let's try this again. 360 no scope. Oh man. Alright, yeah, let's try. We'll see what happens now. If this fixes it, you know, that would be awesome, but I'm also not like super convinced that's what's gonna happen here. It can't be that easy. That's probably just one thing that's missing. Everything else is probably still very broken. Alright, well that's good. So you see in my browser window, let me move this over, hold on. You can see that we've actually got a scope that we're requesting here now. So, that's good. But I didn't authorize it, so let me cancel that. I just closed the window instead of authorizing. Let's try it one more time, huh? Authorize. Yep. Well, that's positive. It's not a 404, now it's just an unprocessable entity, which means we're sending it something it doesn't need or doesn't know how to use, so interesting. Sweet, authorization achieved. Score. And there we go, you know, and what are we, an hour in? And we've solved a problem, so congratulations to us. There we go. Actually, you know, an hour to figure out an authentication problem is pretty dang good. Let's go ahead and we're going to move this scope elsewhere. So let's make this a constant, I think. Because I don't believe that we need anything else. I don't know what, oh, clips. Oh, must have copied something on my clipboard. Very nice. Sweet. Beautiful. Okay. So authentication is working-ish, but we are failing to process the entity. We saw that back at the releases thing, so let's pull that back up. This is all about APIs. We need the releases. Let's do the REST API reference for repositories. Here. Create a release. Alright, and it says down here, If it fails to validate, right, then we get a 422. So, well, okay, so this actually does suggest what I was thinking we might not need. It's duplicating the owner repo. So I think I do need to fix that, but maybe that will fix the unprocessable entity. So I think it's expecting owner repo and tag for sure. Name, body, draft, pre-release, and a commitish, but we're not going to use a commitish because we got a tag. So I'm going to reorder these to what it's expecting. Accept is already being set. Owner repo, tag name, name, body, draft, pre-release. So say owner repo, tag name, accept owner repo tag name, skipping target, name, body, draft, pre-release. Name, body, draft, pre-release. Okay, so I think we're good there. And let's double check on the accept because they've got a so in the documentation they say that they recommend accepting application vendor GitHub v3 plus JSON. And we're just accepting JSON, so we'll test it, but let's leave this in here for documentation purposes. Oh, what did I just do? Caps lock. Oh, caps lock on Vim is just not helpful. Not helpful. Okay. I need to move my caps lock key like way off the keyboard. That'd be ideal. All right. So then if we're going to use this as an example, this would be r.header set accept application vind GitHub plus JSON. All right, so we will try that in a second. All right, but we'll go ahead and see if we can create this release now. Oh, you missed it. I'm sorry, I had the wrong window up. So what I did was add just a note here about the accept header that GitHub recommends, as opposed to the one that we're using, which is just raw application JSON. So let's go ahead and try this again. What do you think? Fingers crossed. Who's got 50-50 on this is going to work? Who's got 60-40 on Chris is going to fail again, but that's okay because we keep trying. What's the over-under on my success rate? We are authorizing correctly after all. Okay, same thing, unprocessable entity. So something about what we're doing is incorrect here. But I believe we have everything that they're asking for. create. Exit there too. Try this again. See what parameters we're sending in. Oh, that's not right. os.exit. Okay. There we go. Authorize. Man, I am constantly getting the slow down polling message. I wonder if I should just go ahead and add an existing half a second sleep to everything. So. I wonder if this is correct. These all look like arrays. This is what, a slice of strings? No, that's not right. I think this is all right though. We got the repository name. I mean, it's clearly being processed, right? Or partially processed, because it's getting the tag name, the owner of the repo, and that's what's. No, that's not right. That's an assumption that we're making without all the facts. So. Why is this an unprocessable entity? Back to the docs. Back to the docs. Yeah, see, this is supposed to be in the path. It doesn't necessarily have to be in the parameters. The body, string, the body of the post. So I think those are overkill. They don't need to be there. So these don't need to be there. I don't think that's what's breaking it though. I think what's breaking it might be... Are we missing something? Tag name? We're certainly passing the tag name. Tag message. I wonder if that needs to be quoted because there's spaces. Excuse me, spaces. That might be it, actually. Everything else is just straight up strings. That's missing quotes. It's possible that the parameters, like URL.value is parsing that correctly already. But let's sure there's some quotes around it just in case. This might not be doing what I think it's going to be doing. Yeah, that. It's a hail. It's a long shot. Maybe not a long shot. It's a guess. It's a guess that that's going to work. So we'll try it again. Yeah, it didn't really change anything once it gets printed there, so I don't know that that's the problem. But we can try it anyway. Well, something up here is not happening. Why is that? Oh, we're no longer using that. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. I don't think that's going to be the deal. Yeah, that didn't effectively make any difference. Alright, let's see. Euro.values is a map of strings to a list of values. Alright, back to the docs. Unprocessable entity. Why is it unprocessable? We are passing the owner, yeah. Yep, owner release. Repo. Tag name. These are all strings. String, string. I wonder if... Yeah, these should be parsing these as strings. It's already a string, so it doesn't need to be reprocessed. String. Can the name not be the tag? I think it should be fine, right? Yeah, that would be the name of the release. It's case sensitive. I wonder let's do this. Yeah, false. False. Well, that's fine. Yeah, I think these are all... Alright, let's do some Googling, I guess. This is what we were just looking at. Let's GitLab. That's a 4 of 4. That's what we were just dealing with. Yeah, this all looks... In the command to create a list of parameters, draft period list, take Boolean values. Enter true or false without quotes. Huh? So maybe we don't need the string conf? Well, it needs to be to... Maybe we're missing more... Maybe it's parsing the quotes badly? What if we did... That's ugly. Ugly. I bet this is not it. But I'll give it a shot. That would be ugly if that's the case. Let's try it. What I did was format it such that we're adding some quotes around the strings that are being tossed into the JSON request, because this here seems to suggest that you'd need all those quotes but not the falsies. Maybe the booleans, I might be going the wrong way. Maybe I need to remove quotes from the booleans, but let's give it a shot anyway. That looks a little bit more like what we're trying to get, though. I'm going to change this error message. I think that's in this, the make HTTP request. Yep. We're just going to return the straight up error. Same here. Actually, we'll leave that in there and make that a 404. Yeah, this is what we wanted to change here. This should be a case. I'm going to change that at some point. give us a little bit better of an error message anyway. Yeah, okay, better. All right. So what makes this an unprocessable entity? I bet all those quotes don't help. This is probably going to say it. Yeah, it can't be done. Let's double check string conf format bool. Yeah, that's exactly. All right, let's look at some more examples. This is what it's all about. Trial and error, figuring things out, and in this case, lots and lots of documentation. So, especially if you're still learning, you know. Yeah, I think this is just what I've been looking at, right? Yep. Yeah, these are all set, I believe, to what they need to be. So this is confusing to me. What's spelled wrong? Something in here is spelled wrong, huh? Tag underscore name, name, body, draft, pre-release. Let's look at new GET request, new POST request, and just make sure that we're doing this correctly. Yeah, it works right here. Client ID, device, yeah. So maybe that's a red herring. Maybe there's something else that's making this a unprocessable. Oh, is it the dereferencing? That's the only place I'm using it. Oh, come on. I bet you that's it. Man. This is the pointer. Pointers. Pointers. No, it wasn't the pointer. GitHub 422. We should log the response body. There's an error, so we're not doing that. What if there's no response body? I guess. Would body be? Clearly I've looked at this before. Yeah, we'll have to look at that a little bit later. Yeah, I'm going to worry about that later. See if we can return the art up the body first. What did I just change accidentally? How would we do this? Just, I mean, is there not going to be a body? Well, you know, it's easy enough to check. Let's move this error processing here down. Or we'll just comment it out for right now. Because if we get a body response, we want to process it, but they may not get a response if there's a certain type of error. Actually, that might. What am I thinking? That's where we're already getting. We're getting a response body. See what happens. Oh, you missed it. I'm sorry. So what I did was add inside of make HTTP request. I'm going to try to print the whole response body. But I'm going to do it without you guys looking at the moment because I don't know what's in the response body. All right, so nothing helpful, just some encoded content. So it's not going to help, but I think that's right. We're not swallowing something. So maybe that's what it is. If the release already exists, do we have a release that exists? I was looking at this bit here. They're saying that if the response code is 422, perhaps a label already exists and maybe release behaves the same way. So they try to update the label, but otherwise they couldn't create the label. So Yeah, so let's check and see. Maybe we've got something already. Maybe we're just working against ourselves. That's the wrong thing. We got a tag. Does that mean there's a release? Alright, well, easy way to tell is if we try to give it a different release name. Which we might want to allow folks to do that. Yeah, we're going to hard code this for just a second. I'm going to give the name see what happens. This is what I changed here, sorry. Change the name to a hard-coded string, debug test 1. Same thing. But I don't think we've got any extra releases now. So perhaps that's not the issue. Yeah. Unprocessable entity. Let's keep looking. What do you suppose this is? JavaScript. Interesting. All right. We definitely have the tag. Oh, that didn't help. I installed it and reinstalled it. Whatever. Okay. This isn't related to GitHub. Okay. Yeah, that looks okay. Let's try that, I guess, maybe. HTTP utils dump request out. Cool. All right, we'll try it. And I'll do that in secret because that's definitely going to have some stuff I can't share with you. Let's try it. We'll say all right, we'll see what happens here. Let me go ahead and obscure things. I think we're posting to the right thing. We've got this, right? Repos, me, that, releases. API.github.com, yes. Token. I think form URL encoder is correct. Content length 0. That can't be right. I guess it could be. There's nothing else in there, right? All right, let me clear this. So that didn't reveal anything to me. coming up on the 2-hour mark though, so about 10-minute warning, 9-minute warning. We made some progress though. We got it, fixed a bug. We're gonna put a note in here that this is where we need to start on Thursday. Yeah, Dr. Phineas says, good to see you. Thanks for hanging out. I do appreciate it. Let me cheers you real quick too. How about that? Oh wait, that's the wrong one. Beer. There we go. Cheers. It's good to see you as always. I appreciate you hanging out, especially for the non-DF related stream. And yeah, so we got some notes here for ourselves Thursday. We're going to try to figure out why we're getting this unprocessable entity, what it is that we're doing that makes GitHub just not like what we're sending it. And I think everything we're doing matches what we're supposed to be doing, so we will figure that out. But anyway, that's part of what this stream is all about. No matter how long you've been doing this, if you're brand new or you've been doing it for 10 years or 20 years, there's still, you're going to troubleshoot, you're going to have to read the documentation, you're going to try, you're going to fail, you're going to try again, and that's perfectly okay. That's actually how it is for everybody, no matter how long you've been in. And that's something that needs to be known, so everybody understands that they are perfectly fine at what it is they're doing. So that's what the stream's all about. You can see me trying and failing and trying again, and yeah. Anyway, thanks folks. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it, and I hope everybody has a wonderful Tuesday evening. If you are at the tail end of this particular day, or a wonderful Wednesday morning if you've already started that. And I hope to see you all again soon. Maybe a little Dwarf Fortress tomorrow morning. Good times. Thanks again, and we'll see you.